Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to one and all. This side Jairaj Nadar representing iNogic in the capacity of sales manager, and I will be your host for the today's session. So in today's session, we will be talking about our file management or a document management solution called as SharePoint Security Sync, which is inclusive of attached to Dynamics. So it is a comprehensive solution for integrating your Dynamic 365 CRM with the SharePoint along with the document management. So for your information, all lines will be muted. In case if you have any questions, any queries, feel free to put it in the chat window. I will be happy to answer all of your queries at the end of the webinar. Before I deep dive into the session, let me give you a short brief about iNogic. iNogic is one of the leading service provider and an independent ISV. We are also an exclusive Dynamic 365 CRM boutique shop that has been in the business for more than decades now. We also been active in the CRM community in which our blogs are very popular. As you can see on the screen, these are all the various productivity add-ons which iNogic has to offer. Among all, I would like to talk about some of the key flagship product of iNogic. Starting with Maplytics. Maplytics is a market-leading CFMD certified product which provide capabilities like visualizing CRM data on map, route optimization, smart appointment planner, territory management, and much more. Next, I would like to talk about the file and storage management app. That is, in today's session, we're going to have this in detail discussion about this. That is SharePoint Security Sync and attached to Dynamics. As said, it is a comprehensive solution for integrating your CRM with the SharePoint along with the document management. Next, we're going to talk about the omni-channel apps. So yes, in today's world, everyone wants the conversation to get recorded in their system so that even whenever the user leaves the organization or even the salesperson has been not a part of an organization, the history of a conversation get recorded in the system for their future references. So this is where our WhatsApp for Dynamics comes into the picture, where you can integrate your Dynamics CRM with the WhatsApp for an effective communication with the prospects and the customers. So apart from this product development, iNogic is also an SI. We do provide an offshore development services by assisting our partners and the customer. If you need any more information related to any of our productivity add-ons or service related, you can do reach out to us at crm@inogic.com. So this is the agenda for the today's session, where we will be seeing the need for productivity in the CRM and what are the key features that document management application has to offer, followed by live demonstration, and finally we will be having the Q&A session. So the stats that you see on the screen, which says that 23% of the time has been saved in managing the security access, and also like you can save your 30 to 40% of a cost in putting in like buying an additional dynamic CRM storage cost. So as you all know, in today's world, dynamic CRM additional storage cost is really huge compared to the document management application that you use it. So it saves your 30 to 40% of a cost and 20%, 21% of a document management issues on a daily basis. That implies your productivity loss. So if our documents are not well organized, or if the files has been not well organized within the respective cloud storage, even if the user searches for any of the documents, it hampers their productivity. So keeping all these challenges, like if we are incorporating this document management application, so what it exactly the outcome would be is like you can increase your productivity, automate your complex tasks, reduce your manual work in terms of like applying the security level in manually within the SharePoint or Dynamics CRM, or and by implementing this, you increases your efficiencies. Let's see what are the challenges the users are facing on a day-to-day life within Dynamics CRM. So though Microsoft Dynamics CRM is a sophisticated system, many user faces many challenges. So let's say now, as I said, the Dynamics CRM storage space, it provides a very limited CRM disk space and a high storage cost. If you're trying to buy any additional storage, then it is really a huge cost, and you cannot able to overcome the challenges. Like you, SharePoint has a limitation of 50,000 items in a single document library. So if you wanted to overcome those, once you integrate your dynamic CRM with the SharePoint, then this is the key challenges for any organization. And also only one file can be uploaded at a time using the out-of-the-box functionality within Dynamics CRM. And finally, there is no provision for the security syncing. Like if any changes or modification has been done within the Dynamics CRM with respect to any users, the same should get replicated in the SharePoint, but it is currently not happening, which is the CRM doesn't have that provision as of now. So keeping all of these challenges in mind, we have come up with a solution that is SharePoint Security Sync. Let's see what are the key features that SharePoint Security Sync has to offer. Starting with metadata filtering. So metadata plays a major and a key impact role in many organization. So like you can do the custom tagging of the files that you have uploaded within that CRM. So in our case, we do have a UI that is attached to Dynamics where you can simply do the custom tagging and that gets immediately replicated in the SharePoint end. And yes, you can you can move your email body content and the attachments. Since a lot of attachments are coming on a daily basis into your email that gets integrated into the system, and these attachments are piling up your dynamic CRM storage space. So along with the email body content has also a rich text field, right? It has some content of rich text field. The signature part also has some rich text. So this also consumes your dynamic CRM storage space that which affect in the activity pointer that increases. So you can, with the help of our application, that is the SharePoint Security Sync, you can easily migrate your email body content and the attachments from the CRM to the respective cloud storage. So if you wanted to move only reduce your dynamic CRM storage space, then yes, attached to dynamic is a really good solution where you can migrate in your respective cloud storage, whether you want to do it in a SharePoint, Dropbox, or an Azure Blob. Keeping one step ahead, like if you want to have a syncing as well, the security syncing, then SharePoint is the only connector that we provide as of now in terms of syncing your any changes or modification that has been done in the CRM, the same should get replicated in the SharePoint. The subfolder structure and the override files. So we do have a provision where you can also create your own subfolder structures within our application. And if you wanted to override your existing files, yes, during your migration, that is possible. Security privileges. So this security privileges is within the attached to dynamic UI that I'm talking about, because we have a attached to dynamic UI that has multiple actions that users can able to perform. Like they can upload, download, email, create, rename. So all those actions the users can able to easily perform, but you can also, the administrator can able to control what privileges that you wanted to give it to the user, whether you wanted to give it like upload option, download, or delete. It's completely up to the administrator choice whom they are setting up this application. And yes, seamlessly you can migrate files and attachment from Outlook to the cloud storage using our attached to dynamic UI. Like you can simply drag and drop so that it gets immediately uploaded into the respective cloud storage. Create multiple folder for activities. So you can create multiple folders like the email, task, appointments. So these are all the activities entities within the dynamic CRM. So if you wanted to create a multiple folders, then yes, definitely we do have a provision within our application that you can do it. And the user-friendly UI. So the UI that I'm talking about is very user-friendly. Like you can upload a more than one file at the same time or a folder. And also the file size you can upload of it's up to 1.5 GB of a file size that you can simply drag and drop onto the UI that gets immediately uploaded to the cloud storage. So these are all of the key features of SharePoint Security Sync. Let's see all of the key features in a live action. Let me switch to my CRM window. So for the demonstration and the webinar purpose, I've already pre-configured this SharePoint Security Sync, a model-driven application within one of my demo environment. And for the better understanding, I've logged in with the two different user. One is the John, who has been having, in terms of security role, he has been having the organization level access. That means he's a sales manager of this organization, handling all of those salesperson, so that he has organization. That means he can see all the records in the CRM as well as into the SharePoint end as well. On the other end, I have logged in with the other user. So this is the Lee, who has been having the sales person role, that is the user level access. So he can able to see only those records in the CRM as well as into the SharePoint for the record that he has created or the record that has been shared with him, and along with the privileges. Accordingly, he can see it in the SharePoint as well as in the CRM end as well. This is the SharePoint that I'm talking about. So now moving to the application. So this SharePoint Security Sync connector, let me take you case by case, like on the, so let's say, for example, you are facing the Dynamic 365 CRM storage challenges. And you have a lot of history of an attachments that are residing into a system, and you want all of those attachments, you wanted to move it from CRM to the respective cloud storage. So in that case, how you can do it, how we can perform those operations. So yes, we do have a provision where if a user or if an organization has been facing a dynamic CRM storage space challenges in terms of attachments or the email body content or sales literature attachments, the notes attachments. So these are all the attachments that are hitting into the system on a daily basis. So that may consume you a lot of your dynamic CRM storage space. So to overcome those challenges, you can migrate seamlessly your history of an attachment from the CRM and move it to the respective cloud storage. So with this help of bulk migration job, if you see, you can schedule this bulk migration job. So that's what I have done it over here. So let's say, for example, I have done it for the notes attachment activities. So when I say activities, it contains email, task, appointments, all of those activities entities. So if you wanted to migrate that, you can select this activities, sales literature, and the email body content, which I was telling you earlier. Like if you wanted to migrate your email body content along with the signature or every rich text field, then yes, you can select this option. And once you have scheduled this, and when you wanted to run this operation, it's up to your choice. We usually recommend to do it in your off business hour if you are doing a large volume of a data that you wanted to migrate it from the attachments. And here you define the duration as well, last for a week, month, year, or any custom date that you wanted to set it. So once you have run this operation, that is the bulk migration, in the information tab, you will get to know everything, like total how many records has been processed, how many has been succeeded, if any failure has been occurred, why it has been got failure, and you will come to know the job bulk migration job status as well. So this, by doing this bulk migration, that migrating all of your history of an attachments, there you will be seeing that drastic reduction in your activity pointer, that is that contains an attachments the email body content. So that gets reduced, and thereby you can save your additional dynamic CRM cost. You may be also thinking this was the history of an attachment that we can migrate. What about on a real time? Let's say if I'm on a using it this on a real time from today, will that I need to perform the same operation again and again? No, it is not. Like once you set this operation, like for the account entity attachment action as a move, let me take a new record and I will show you how it works. Let's say, for example, I'm creating one of the account record that the sales manager has been, or any salesperson working on this particular record, he has created one of the account entity record. And as I said earlier, usually the out of the box functionality document tab can also be used for creating the document location. And also you can use this attached to dynamic button as well. So this attached to dynamic button, by hitting onto that, it will open up a UI that contains multiple actions the users can perform on the go within this UI. So if you see over here, as I said, there is an option of upload, download, rename, email as an attachment or a link, copy link option, either as a read-only or an editable link. You can create a folder. So once you hit on to this attached to dynamic UI, that if you see within this UI, I can see those folders that are already been uploaded. So this is based on the configuration that I've done it, the subfolder structure that I've done it in the entity configuration over here. So I will show you that in the later part, what I've done it so that it is getting reflected. So now let's say if I wanted to upload any file, what I can do is within this UI, I can simply drag and drop a file onto this UI. The file gets immediately uploaded to the SharePoint. I can navigate to the SharePoint account entity record, the Kanban solution. And inside that, the product that I see over here, the file that I've uploaded. On the fly, if suppose there are multiple actions, as I said, if a user wants to perform any actions like upload, download, rename, email as an attachment, or a link, either you want to share it editable or read-only link in the email, that provision we have provided. Copy link is what, again, if you wanted to share this anonymous shareable link, either as a read-only or editable, so that provision is provided. And create a folder as well, and inside that also you can upload a file, and also you can view it in a thumbnail view or in all documents as well. If you have noticed within this UI, as I was saying, the metadata. So yes, you can tag this file that you have uploaded within this UI. That is the custom tagging that you can do it within the file that you have uploaded from our attached to dynamic UI itself. Let's say, for example, if I want to tag the PO number against the file that I've uploaded, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I've added it. And I use that number. I have done the custom tagging of this file that I've uploaded in the SharePoint. If I go, it should get replicated and I can see over there. So there you see the PO number of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Even you can add a column from this SharePoint column. And once you have added the SharePoint column, then within this attached to dynamic UI, you should be able to see that SharePoint column over here. So how it has been happening, where does it mapped? So in the entity configuration, we have for the account entity, if you map the field, the SharePoint column with the CRM field, accordingly, that gets mapped and you can able to do the custom tagging within the UI itself. If you see over here, I've done it for the facts and use the PO number, which is completely like a different, but yeah, I have used the facts as the option over here and I've mapped the PO number, the SharePoint column that I've created. So that is the reason if I open that UI, I can do the custom tagging of whichever the files that if you want to do any changes of this name, like Kanban board, I'm adding it for an example. Do it, and that gets replicated over here. There you see. So isn't it great? Like if a user on the fly, they can do the custom taggings, they can upload a file, download, rename, the multiple quick actions the users can able to easily perform using our attached to dynamic UI. Right. So this was like uploading a file and managing it. So coming to the use case of like, how about the real-time migration works? So like I'm the salesperson, I'm working on the record, I've uploaded, I've managed all of the documents, I've done the custom tagging which are required, and I'm adding a notes attachment over here. For example, sorry, solution. So this is I'm showcasing you the real-time migration, since earlier I've shown the history of our records, history of an attachment that you wanted to migrate it from the CRM to the SharePoint. So now the real time, whenever the user on a real time adding an attachment, notes attachment, sales literature, or an email attachment. So the email attachment will be working in the three different status of sent, received, completed. On this three status, the file gets migrated from the CRM to the respective cloud storage. So let's refresh the timeline and see if the files. So if you see over here, the notes attachments got migrated and the link has been left in the body of the note in the real-time migration. And even if I go and check in the SharePoint, I should be able to see that. So there you see the file got migrated and I can see it in the SharePoint end. And even for the future references, if a user wants to know what was the file that he has uploaded against with respect to this account, I can see the link over here. I can click onto it and I can that navigate to me to the SharePoint. So by doing this real-time migration, so what it will does is it will reduce your CRM storage space parallelly, like without piling up your dynamic CRM storage. Not only for the notes attachment, as I said, the email attachment, the sales literature attachment, you can perform this bulk migration job. Sorry, the real time as well as the bulk migration, both. So now the user has worked upon this particular record, managed the file, uploaded, everything has been done. So where does the security aspects plays the major role over here? How does, if a other user doesn't want to see this record? So currently this is where the SharePoint security sync comes into the picture. Like if you wanted to manage your files from unauthorized users to access that. So yes, depending upon the user privileges, the user role that you have provided in the CRM, the same will get replicated in the SharePoint one. So to give you a live example, I'm taking one of the use cases, but it is I will let you know it works in all of the combinations in the later down. So over here, I'm taking like this account in which John was working, uploaded a file. For some reason, he wanted to share this record with the other salesperson that I was talking about is the Lee. So I've selected this Lee, and the important part over here is that what privileges. So if you're giving read-only privileges, the other user should be able to see this record in the CRM as well as in the SharePoint with the read-only privileges, not any other permissions, or it should grant. So let's check whether that's the case or not. I've provided a read-only permission. I'm clicking on share. So what it will happen over here is that the other user which I was talking about is the Lee. Once we are into his CRM, he should be able to see all the records that which is created. So there you see the Kanban board is the record that was shared, which is this is the native behavior which we can see it in the CRM. But what about in the SharePoint? Is that the record? Is that the record I can see over there along with the file? Let's check. I have refreshed. Let's say new it holder. So there you see a Kanban solution and you see a pencil icon. Even if I open and I can see there are pencil icon for all of the files or the folders that we have given the privileges. Since we have given only the read-only privileges to this user, this is a even if he tries to make any modification or try to make any changes against the file that which he has permission, you won't be able to do that. Since the user has given the read-only permission in the CRM, the same has been replicated in the SharePoint end as well. So that was, I was saying, like, it's not only for this use case or a scenario, it also applicable if in you may be thinking, what about the if a user has been added to the team and removed from the team, if a user is added to one business unit or in the other, if he's been removed from other business unit, in all of those combination, how it works in the same fashion, like what privileges, what security role that your modification you are doing in the CRM, the same will seamlessly replicate in the SharePoint. So that's what I've shown you, like how it gets replicated in the real time, so that unauthorized users or the confidential file should not be accessed by all the users within the Dynamics CRM or in the SharePoint. So this way you can overcome the security challenges, and also this application supports the modern business unit as well. So you may be also some of may be having queries. Will it work in the modern business unit? So yes, it supports that. And coming to the limitations part. So as I was talking about the features, so SharePoint has a limitation, right? So to have a 50,000 item in a single document library. So to how we can overcome those challenges. So that what we have a feature called as a create custom folder structure. So whenever you wanted to create a document library, you can create your own document library in the SharePoint. To give you a live example, let's say with respect to one single entity. So nowadays, what many organization or prospect that we have requested or got is that they use the most of the single entity for managing all of their documents with respect to manage in the SharePoint. But what it happens is over here that over the limitation of 50,000 items, it breaks at a certain point. And in that point, the files are getting scattered, or they won't be able to manage the files in a very organized way. So this is where our feature create custom folder structure comes into the picture, which plays a major role. Like you can create your own document library, like account 2024 in a one document library, 2025 in another, 2026. In this way, you can create your own document library in the SharePoint, and the respective files will be moving into that respective folders in the SharePoint. To give you a live example, let me create one and show you. This is the library structure, how it locate in the SharePoint end. And if you see over here, while uploading the document within the UI, there you have seen that template of that two folders. So that is the reason that was seen over that, since I've set this subfolder path template over there. So now I've created a custom folder structure. So on a real time, I'm creating a new record. And if you see, you can also hit attach to dynamic button, or this attach to dynamic button can be added as an iframe as well. So that gives the user a more convenient and a user friendly as well. They can able to simply click onto this iframe, and where it loads exactly the how the attached to dynamic UI was looking, and they can upload or manage a file based upon their requirement. So there you see, and in this, if I navigate to the SharePoint, so there you see account 2025. So this is how the document library that gets created in the SharePoint. Like whenever if a user wants to manage all of the document in the CRM, from the CRM to the respective cloud storage, that is to the SharePoint. In this way, you can create your own document library. There is multiple provision that we have provided, like by period, by character, or a custom. Accordingly, that gets created over here, and you can able to see in account 2025. Now all of the files that you are uploaded or managing will move it over here. And if you want to do it for the base account entity, then you just disable this option of creating the custom folder structure. So this way you can overcome the challenges that you are facing of 50,000 items in a single document library that can be easily overcome. So that gives the complete end-to-end about how the syncing about works. So we have seen that how you can manage your documents in terms of reducing your dynamic CRM storage space. Like you can also migrate your history of an attachment, real-time attachment. And once you are managing a file, then if you need a security of that files that uploaded into the CRM in the SharePoint, then that's where the syncing aspect comes into the picture. It replicates the same security model in the CRM as well as into the what security model that you have given to the user in the CRM, the same gets replicated in the SharePoint end. And also you can overcome the limitations of the document library that the SharePoint has. So now shortly you will receive a poll on the features that you like the most in this application. So not the features, I could say it is the challenges that you are facing on a like using the dynamic CRM. So what are the key challenges that you guys have been hitting on a daily basis? If you could kindly cast your vote, then that would really help us to assess and assist you with the best suitable solution for you. So I hope everyone can see a poll on your screen. So it would be great if you can cast on the challenges that you face on a daily basis with respect to dynamic CRM. Few more seconds. So yeah, so if all good, then let me move on to the presentation. So this SharePoint security sync along with the attached to dynamic solution is in supported version is 9.x and above, and also the Dataverse, which can be deployed online. Before I go into the Q&A session, I would like to let you know that if you wanted to get started with this trial of this SharePoint security sync along with the attached to Dynamics, then you can download the solution from our website as well as from the Microsoft App Stores. And if you need any assistance during your trial installation, definitely you can reach out to us at crm@inogic.com. We would be happy to assist you. Let's have a Q&A session. So it would be great if you guys put your queries on the chat window. So myself and my team is over here to answer your queries. So we have received one query. So we have received one query from one of our attendee. Can I configure the sync so that the file linked to an entity such as offers end up in the related account folder? So Ricardo, like just one question, one thing I would like to highlight it over here is that if offer is a entity in your, if you are referring it to, and if it is something configured in the entity configuration of our application, then yes, definitely with respect to the account entity folder, if you have set the regarding as this offer as an entity over that, then it end up in the related account folder. I hope that answer your queries. Perfect. Thanks. Uh, any more questions would be highly appreciated. And yes, that's what we are in this session. Wanted to know about your interesting facts and the feedbacks and your challenges, if anything, or any scenario that you would want us to highlight it or so also the best thing part of our application is that everything has been within the dynamic CRM itself. Like all of the data that you are using it are installed within your dynamic CRM itself. Like no other third-party services or a storage or a server that has been at our end. It is completely within your dynamic CRM environment itself. So the data is secure at your environment, and thereby it provides you or it gives you a more confidence in terms of the reliable solution, rather than if any third party services or a server has been running that puts you worry in terms of data security issues. So this is where our USP of our main product is that it is a model driven application, the managed solution that you can install in your plug and play. It's a kind of a solution that you can install it a one time configuration, and from there you're good to go with playing around with it. Any more questions would be highly appreciated. Any queries, guys? Also would like to know your feedback on the session. How interesting is it? Was it really helpful and valuable insight? Is it really bringing up? Yeah, we have been receiving one of the questions from attendees. So, yes, definitely, Tina. Thanks for your valuable insight. And sure, we will be sending you the pricing along with the details in an email to you. So post this session, definitely to all the attendees, we will share the recordings as well as the collaterals and the more information about our product SharePoint security sync that is inclusive of attached to Dynamics. And yes, pricing is also we will send you through an email. So any other question, guys? If all good, then if later down, if any queries that comes into your mind, you can drop us an email at crm@inogic.com. We will be happy to answer that queries. And if you need any assistance during your trial evaluation, you can also reach out to us. So if all good, then thank you everyone for attending this session. I hope you guys found it interesting. And so I really appreciate all of your time for taking your time and attending this session. Thanks. Have a great day. Look forward to another session. Goodbye. Take care. Cheers.